G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because the Brumbies deserves a round of applause for their excellent performance against the Hurricanes. I talk about a lot of the issues with Australian rugby over the years, and finally the Brumbies delivered a performance that I think is, strategically, in terms of decision making, was correct. And not only that, they were strategically correct. They made the right decisions, not kick penalty goals, but they showed guts, they showed determination, they showed physicality, and they showed the hunger that we all wanted to see from Australian rugby to really put themselves through and represent the tiny rugby nation of Australia at the Super Rugby semi-finals, right? And this was a lot of things I talk about in my previous videos, pertaining to my last video as well. When the Chiefs made the mistake against the Blues, right? The Chiefs try to stay ahead with 3 points. The Blues are trying to score 7 points to catch up. And eventually the Chiefs got caught. The Brumbies made the right decisions in this game. They were leading by, more than one try. And then it was, a penalty right from the goal line in the second half. And Lonergan decided to go to the line, to go for the tap and go for the lineouts and not take the 3 points. The commentary was saying, oh, look, if they're taking the 3 here, they would have been 10 points ahead. That's really good. But if they're taking the 3 and the 10-point lead, they would have lost this game, right? They would have potentially lost this game because, it's the opposition is trying to catch up with 7 points and you're trying to, they're trying to increase their speed of scoring. You're slowing down your rate of scoring. You're just going to lose the game. And that's that's the mistake that happens a lot, especially, like I talk about, like this most typically happens to England. They get ahead, they just do the bare minimum to try to scrape themselves further ahead, and you're just leaving yourself in a position where the opposition's gonna either catch up to you, or you've already won the game. You didn't need to do that anyway. You didn't need to whether you kick the penalty goal or not didn't really make much of a difference anyway, right? So it's really good to see that the Brumbies really did well, and also just for half time, I was clapping again. 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Penalty right in front of the goal. They could easily take in the 3 and just say, hey, we're gonna go have some oranges and whatever you have in Canberra, right? Have some frozen oranges or whatever, and then just call it a day, call it a 3-point lead at halftime. And the Brumbies said no. We wanted to get 7. We wanted to, we know that the Hurricanes are gonna come back at us. We want to assert our dominance. We want to ditch out as much pain as possible, and that is a mentality that I have not seen in Australian rugby for a very long time. And the Brumbies, finally, under the coaching guidance of, what's his name, Stephen Larkham, has made that change slowly and surely to this new style that we're seeing. And I think this was really excellent performance. One of the best performances again this season. And this whole season for the Brumbies has been way better than previous seasons. Despite, Brumbies has been pretty stellar in terms of overall results, but the style, the difference in style, the character the players are showing, it's just another level for the Brumbies players. And moving forward to the Wallabies as well, this is really good. And I'm really happy that Larkham has done, have made the shift from the Brumbies from being penalty milkers under Dan McKellar to the team that we see today. And I'm really happy. And in case you can see, I was pretty happy to see the results. 35 points, 28 over the Hurricanes. And I think one of the mistakes, again, as well, we saw it with the Reds, with the Hurricanes. They allow the Hurricanes to play play rugby by kicking 3 points and losing at home getting pummeled in the first half because they tried to kick panic, and the Brumbies did not let that happen. They understood the importance of having control of the ball. Sometimes I see these stats as well in Super Rugby that says points per visit inside the opposition 22, right? Like how many times you got inside the 22, how many points you've scored per visit. I think that's a misleading and often misunderstood. And I don't know why they even put these stats up. It doesn't really make any sense, right? Because you could potentially visit inside 22 once and then you kick 3 points and then it's like, oh, you got, 3 points per visit inside of 22. It makes your stack look really good, but it actually means that you have very limited time. It actually means that most of the times the opposition is actually playing rugby. Despite your point per visit is really high, but you're not actually playing rugby for the rest of the game, right? Because you only visited like once and you kicked 3 points. So like a lot of these stats, I think it's misunderstood and a bit misleading. I had to put it out there for the fans to see. I know I think there used to be one where it's like points per minute inside the opposition 22. Again, you could potentially kick 3 points with your own one and only visit inside the opposition 22, and then your points per minute, it's 6 points, right? Because you went in for 30 seconds, you kicked 3 points. Oh, your points per minute, it's actually 6 points per visit, and you only had one visit, right? But the reality is, you've actually forgone an opportunity to score 7 for 3 because you only spent 30 seconds in it, right? So you've actually lost 4 points in an attempt to get 3, and you've given game time back to the opposition to score more points against you. So there's a lot of the stats is again really misleading, but hey, at least the Brumbies, I think Steve Larkham is finally getting the team to the right mentality, making the right decisions, and it's really good to see. And now I just want to see one negative aspect of the Brumbies. It's the awful management that has left the stadium empty in a match that is this important and this crucial, and especially a team that is performing this well. Not just in the competition, but in all of Australia. One of the best performing rugby teams right now, probably in the world, a club rugby team in the world, and we're getting a literally like 80% empty stadium in an elimination game, in a quarterfinal game, and that is just not acceptable. Like, what is the management actually doing? Last time I checked, right, isn't like Australian National University in Canberra, like. You know, if you look at what the Highlanders are doing, they have the zoo. They bring all the university kids over to watch and have creating an atmosphere. Why isn't Brumbies doing that? I mean, I'm pretty sure in Canberra, like the only thing to do at night is taking a shit. What else is there to do in Canberra? Right, get people there. Like, there's really no reason for the stadium to be like mostly empty, especially in Canberra when there's really nothing else to do. Right, like I'm not being hyperbolical. Like, it's literally nothing else. There's like hardly nothing happens in Canberra, and there's really like literally the whole city, the entire city should be showing up for this game because this is the main event. This is the big night out for everybody in Canberra to come out and watch the Brumbies game. And yet I see the bloody stadium 80% empty for some reason. I don't know what is the management doing there. I mean, if you can't fill out a semi-final game, just give out free tickets throughout the season. Surely someone will show up to pay for for an elimination game like this and fill out the stadium. If you're giving out enough free tickets, you're getting enough people emotionally involved. You're getting enough people to really like the Brumbies brand, and then you're gonna get people to show up to pay for the semi-final game, for the quarter-final game, to fill out these big matches. It's just really poor, really poor management. I actually can't believe I'm even like seeing so many empty seats in a game of such importance and such great rugby that's been played as well for the team that's been, delivering great results year after year after year and consistently great results year after year after year, and yet you have like empty stadiums, right? And by the way, they should just like literally mandate a local law. If you're a politician in Canberra, you come to 80% of the Brumbies game or move back to Sydney, right? Just make it a law, right? If they don't want to show up, go back to Sydney, right? That's just what it is, and. I think it's really disappointing that they did such a terrible job to get the fans involved for this outstanding team that we're seeing here tonight. Anyway, let's have a look at the match stats of the game. 5 tries to score for the Brumbies, 329 meters to the 390 for the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes threw the kitchen sink at the Brumbies and could not get there in the end. 19 defenders beaten for the Brumbies, 23 for the Hurricanes as well, slightly edging ahead. 10 turnovers against the Brumbies. The Hurricanes conceded 16 turnovers. A lot of little handling errors there. Really hurt the Hurricanes quite a bit, especially late in the second half when they tried to lift that next tempo, and they're actually leading into a lot more mistakes than they really would like. 178 tackles made for the Brumbies, 23 missed tackles, 161 tackles made for the Hurricanes, 19 missed tackles, 27 kicks in play for the Brumbies, 24 for the Hurricanes. Really just managed quite well. No, this is interesting. There was 3 charge downs against the Brumbies. It was a little bit. There was a couple that was kind of close for a try as well. 809 kick meters for the Brumbies, 737 for the Hurricanes. Lineouts. 4 lineouts lost for the Brumbies out of 14. 1 loss out of 14 for the Hurricanes. The Brumbies lineouts has been quite good overall this season. But this time the Hurricanes has put on quite a bit of pressure. There was a few lineout throws I thought was not straight as well, and the referee kind of just like let it go there for Nick Berry. 7 scrums for the Brumbies, 3 for the Hurricanes, pretty even overall. I thought maybe the Hurricanes had a little bit of form momentum in some of the scrums, but not really able to get anything significant out of that for any penalties of any kind. 5 penalties conceded for the Brumbies, really, again, just excellent rugby. Like 5 penalties conceded for the whole game to the Hurricanes 11. So really well done for the Brumbies as well, controlling that penalty count. I just excellent overall. And I think that, next week away, I think it's going to be away. The Brumbies playing against Crusaders. I think they're going to be playing against Crusaders next week. Are they going to be playing the Crusaders? Or are they going to play... Are they going to be playing... I think they're going to play against Crusaders. But I'm actually not sure because the Chiefs lost the Blues. So now the Chiefs is like, what, bottom seed? Or so then Chiefs will be playing the Crusaders? I don't know. I think the Brumbies should be playing... I think it's the Brumbies playing the Crusaders next week. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see and to see how they if they can continue their this game plan and sticking to the game plan next week in an away game in the dreaded New Zealand. Anyway, let's have a quick recap of the points summary of the game. So it took about 6 minutes for the Brumbies to get some form momentum. For the Hurricanes to get some form momentum. I think it was Umanga Jensen. He ran through a little gap and then a little nice backhanded offload, and then Ruben Love ran through a gap for a quick try. 7 points to nil. 6 minutes into the game. 9 minutes into the game, the Brumbies had a penalty. They backed themselves to their bread and butter, went for the more, and then backs joined in. 7 points to 7, a try to Billy Pollard. 16 minutes into the game, again, Hurricanes really nice hands down the sideline. Anga Anofo, the big boy, delivering once again the physicality straight into the corner. 14 points to 7. 22 minutes in the game, the Brumbies, again, piling a lot of pressure, following a line out, just center field pick and go. Eventually, the AAA, Alan Alatoa, crashed over for the try. 14 points to 14. And then this was a crucial moment, 39 minutes. The Brumbies had an opportunity to kick 3 and potentially just go into half point with a 3-point lead. They backed themselves for the line out. I was clapping. I was so happy to see this. And sure enough, they went for the more. The back line joined in again. And then Billy Pollard goes in for his second try. 21 points to 14. An emphatic statement that they come out to play. And they come out to put pressure on the Hurricanes every minute of the game. 46 minutes into the second half. Again, Rob Valentini, really nice carry. He like carried up. He did a run up. And then just nice little inside ball as he took the hit to Tom Wright. Ran through a gap. Beautiful execution, 28 points to 14. 53 minutes into the game, the Hurricanes did not relinquish. They fought back, fought hard inside the Brumbies 22. They were kind of building towards the left-hand side, and what's his name? Roygard did a quick switch back to the blind side, and Sullivan, 1-on-1 against Lodosio, missed tackle, went over for the try, 28 points to 21. And again, after this, the Brumbies had an opportunity to kick for 3, 56 minutes, 56 minutes, sorry. They backed themselves for the try. They went for the line out and then got another penalty. They went for a tap and then just piling in, and Jem Slipper crashed through for a crucial 7-point try. 35 points to 21. Finally, 66 minutes in the game, the Hurricanes as well, building pressure inside the Brumbies 22. Big boy Pasilio Tossi gets pushed over from his teammate for the try. 35 points to 28. The final score, the Brumbies, Hurricanes could not score in the last maybe 15-20 minutes or so. But yeah, this was really well done for the Brumbies. Fronted up in the defensives, forcing Hurricanes to kick a lot of the ball away. And forcing a lot of those turnovers with poor handling. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week for the rugby news. Cheers.